What's going on, Griffs? I'm Reese Alice with Game Day Coordinator Eric Hitchin. Welcome back to the third episode of the Griffins Nest, where we talk everything Gwinnett Mercy University athletics, from game highlights to pregame analysis and insider interviews with student athletes, coaches, and administrators. How are we doing today, Eric? Good to be back.
Very good to be back. We unfortunately didn't record last week. However, unfortunately, fall sports are over, and we'll get into that here shortly, but personally, one of my favorite times of the year, basketball season, is underway, and I'm looking forward to what the Griffins basketball teams can do for us this year.
Going to have a lot of new players joining us on the Griffins Nest, a lot of new topics to cover. It's going to be a good one for this winter season. Before we head into winter sports, we'd like to highlight the historic season that our women's volleyball team had this past year.
Yeah, Reese, coming into this season, new head coach Lauren Yancer, who is a Gwinnett Mercy University graduated in 2021, so very recent, but she took over the reins of coaching duties for the team, and it's been since 2006 that the women's volleyball team was able to host a playoff game at the Griffin Complex, and just in Coach Yancer's first year was able to accomplish that as on Tuesday, which was the 7th of November. Gwinnett Mercy hosted their first ever playoff match at the Griffin Complex, since 2006, hosted their first playoff match, and that was against Immaculata University with the clean 3-0 sweep.
Yeah, Eric, what a game that was to watch. With a great sweep against IMAC, our senior leaders, Bria Purnell and Ashley Brown, had an amazing game there. Bria Purnell with 12 kills, Ashley Brown with 8 kills, 2 aces, and 3 blocks. Not to mention good contributions from Kate Etter, who had 5 kills and 1 block, and Lexi Lane, who had 4 kills and 3 blocks.
Yeah, I don't want to also forget about sophomore setter Ayana Gaston, who actually reached 1,000 career assists on the year. Congratulations to her. She also finished with 27 assists that game and recording a kill as well as 7 aces and a block assist. So big game from the sophomore setter. And also sophomore libero Charlotte Pugh finished with 12 digs as well.
Yeah, Eric, it was an amazing game all around. Gwinnett Mercy ended up moving on to face Newman in the semifinals for the Atlantic East Conference, but sadly could not pull away with a victory, losing 3-1.
Yeah, for Gwinnett Mercy, this isn't the first time they saw Newman. They saw them October 28th, which is just a few weeks ago, and just like October 28th, final score was 3-1 in favor of Newman University. Gwinnett did take the first set 25-22, but the resilience of the Knights were able to rattle off 3 straight sets and end the Griffins season. Just want to give a huge shout out to seniors Bria Purnell, Ashley Brown, and Julia Raby. I could see on the live stream, looked like they were pretty heartbroken with the loss, and rightfully so. You know, it's probably going to be the last time they ever play volleyball at a high level, and unfortunately it comes to an end like that.
Yeah, Eric, I'm sure those seniors really gave it their all. Bria Purnell, again, 12 kills in this game. Ashley Brown, 7 kills and 2 blocks this time. Julia Raby also garnering 3 kills. And another great contribution from Kate Etter, who also had 7 kills. All right, Griffs, moving on to both of your season openers for Gwinnett Mercy basketball. Starting first with women's basketball. Gwinnett Mercy takes a tight contested win over King's College. That game was 61-56.
Yeah, definitely a close one for the Griffins to start off the season, but a win is a win nonetheless. I was interested to see how the team would fare. They lost 4 of their 5 starters from last year. The only returning starter was Lindsay Eggers, as she finished with 9 points, as she was 2-9 from the field and 1-5 from beyond the arc. So not a great efficient scoring night for her. However, she was efficient in the defensive category, as she finished with a game-high 5 steals. So if she's not going to be able to hit her shots, well, she'll beat you on the defensive side, and good for her to get 5 steals and a strong start for her defensively to start the season. Also as well, Griffins really did dominate the glass as they out-rebounded the Monarchs 56-38. It just really shows you have Natalie O'Neill, 6 foot, and also Sydney Kesselman, 6'2", as she's listed as well. Just the height advantage really showed dividends, and they had 24 offensive rebounds. I mean, that's the key to success to winning games. Also, junior guard Alexis Egan, coming off the bench, was just a rebound shy of a double-double. She finished with 12 points and 9 rebounds. And Ava Cassell, the unsung hero we haven't talked about yet, but she definitely made her mark in the season opener. She finished with a career high 22 points on 7 of 15 from the field and 5 from 8 from beyond the arc. So big night from Cassell, and congratulations to her, and hopefully she continues that hot stretch here.
All right, moving on to your men's basketball season opener. Gwinnett Mercy absolutely dominating Penn State Abington in an 82-63 win.
Yeah, it was a little close. I mean, they definitely came out swinging in the first few minutes of this game, and when it got closer to halftime, the score was only 36-29, so Penn State Abington clawing their way back, but the Griffins would go on to outscore the Nittany Lions by 12 in the second half, and that was what would lead to the final score of 82-63. One player that really impressed was obviously Aziz Parker with a team-high 19 points, a steal, and 9 rebounds, so just, again, shy of a double-double to start the year.
And how about those great contributions from our transfer students? Mike Maribel getting 13 points on 22 minutes. Christian Johnson scoring 9 points on 14 minutes. And I'm sure we all saw the highlight reel of Quill Stewart out there making plays all night.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, this team is super, super deep this year. I think they brought in like 24 or 25 players for the team. Barely can fit all of them on the bench as it is. And looking at the box score, I believe they brought in 15 players off the bench, which is, for a first season game, I get it. Players getting their feet underneath them and getting their conditioning going, but that's still a lot of players. I mean, just within, I think, a minute or two of the first half, they brought a whole new starting 5 in, and it really does show the depth of this team. And as you said, the transfers really did contribute. Aquil Stewart, great job getting his teammates involved, only finishing with 5 points, but finishing with a game-high 5 assists. And, man, I'm going to remember that ankle break. If only he could hit that shot at the end. I mean, that was a thing of beauty.
If you were there in the crowd or watching on the live stream, you could hear everybody audibly gasp at that amazing behind-the-back move.
Yeah, also a big turning point in this game was the turnover category, as Penn State Abington finishing with 24 turnovers while the Griffins only had 9. Griffins also finished with 16 steals. DJ Johnson leading the charge for the Griffins with 5 just alone for himself.
All right, Griffins, we do not have any players of the week this week, unfortunately, because we have our Atlantic East Conference teams out. Starting with men's soccer. Braden Keehan garnering all AEC first team. Andre Meadow getting all conference second team and rookie of the year. And also John Wagner garnering all conference second team.
Yeah, let's start with Keehan, as he did finish. Was the only finisher in the first team for the Griffins, as he led Gwinnett Mercy University in points with 12, thanks to his 3 goals and a league-high 6 assists. The Griffins newcomer had a 4-point game, 1 goal, 2 assists, and a 4-1 victory over Clark Summit University, which was September 18th, and scored a game-winning goal in a 1-0 league triumph over Immaculata University on October 14th. He also totaled 38 shots on the season and put 15 of them on goal. And getting to the Rookie of the Year in All-AAC second team, Andre Meadow. Meadow started all 18 games for the Griffins, totaling 14 shots while taking the majority of the Griffins' restarts. And then behind him, John Wagner, the graduate captain, garnered All-AAC second team as well. He enjoyed his best season of his collegiate career with 71 saves on a 1.36 goals against average and an 80% save percentage. He finished the season with a 4-5-4 record, and he was also named AAC Defensive Player of the Week on October 17th after recording 10 saves in a 1-0-1 week that included a shutout over the Mighty Macs on October 14th. So congratulations to all three of those athletes. And again, congratulations to an outstanding, fantastic season. I know it wasn't what they were hoping for to be the end results, but getting to the playoffs, finishing with 4 wins, that's already more than your past 2 seasons combined. That's a good step in the right direction.
All right, now moving on to women's soccer, where 4 of your Griffins garnered Atlantic East Conference all-team selections. Jordan Freejay and Ksenia Simonovic both garnering all AEC first team, and Bethany Beinlich and Madison Ron garnering all AEC second team.
Yeah, we also don't want to forget about this coaching staff for Gwen and Mercy University, as they also were named Coaching Staff of the Year. So congratulations to Michael Nelms, Ashley Pine, Brianna McDonald, and Fran Nelms, as they took a big step forward this year, finishing with a 7-5-6 overall record and one win, 1 loss, and 4 ties in Atlantic East Conference play, and actually were able to beat Cabrini on the road in the quarterfinals, allowing them to get to semifinals, where eventually they would lose to Marywood University. But big step in the right direction for Coach Nelm and his staff. But let's get to the players. Ksenia Simonovic really brought the offense for the Griffins this year. She finished with a team-high 26 points, 12 goals, and a pair of assists. She led the AEC with 77 shots, while 12 goals and 26 points respectively ranked her second and tied her for third in her league's peers. She scored the game-winning goal versus Rosemont College, Clark Summit University, University of Valley Forge, and Wilson College. She was also recognized on the AAC Weekly Report for her weekly honor roll mention on September 11th, and a pair of Player of the Week awards of September 4th and October 7th. And unfortunately for her, she was not able to bring in Rookie of the Year, and I thought she had a strong case for it. Again, she did finish with, again, I'm going to say this again, 12 goals in 18 games. That's a pretty outstanding freshman campaign, if I do say so myself, and also 4 game-winning goals. But congratulations to, I believe it was a Marymount player who did take it in the end. Next up, Jordan Freejay, defensive specialist for the Griffins, and I think that's one of the big things that was changed from this year from last year was the defense. Jordan Freejay, though, does get honored for that, as she was, as Reese said, honored all AAC first team, and she finished with a point. The lone goal in the Griffins' 3-1 loss Penn State Abington October 2nd, and she also tallied 8 shots and 3 shots on net. So congratulations to Jordan Freejay, and looking forward to seeing what that back line does for the Griffins in the season to come. Moving on to the first season as first year captain Bethany Beinlich. She more shifted to a midfield. She started out as a forward, but as we saw later on towards the middle of the season, she shifted to that midfield. So again, captains doing what is necessary for the better of the team. She matched her her freshman goal total was 6 tallies, 12 points on 43 shots, and she also scored the game-winning goal for the Griffins over Immaculata University October 14th with the 1-0 win, which earned her only AEC Weekly Honor Roll appearance. And then finally, Madison Ron really came along this season as well, posted a 2-5-5 record with a pair of shutouts thanks to a league-leading 109 saves on a 2.20 goal against average and an 82 save percentage. She was named AAC Defensive Player of the Week on October 2nd and earned honorable recognition on October 9th and 16th. So congratulations to those 4 ladies. And again, we're very excited to see the next step women's soccer program takes in 2024.
All right, moving on to cross country. We have 3 runners who all garnered all AAC second team: Keely Green, Caroline Cleary, and Haley Bloom. All 3 runners here respectively placing in the top 14 times of the Atlantic East Conference. Senior Keely Green finishing with a time of 28:34. Caroline Cleary, the senior, with a time of 29:24. And the junior Haley Bloom with a time of 29:52. Last but not least, we have 2 players from your Gwinnett Mercy field hockey team. Haley Crosby, the freshman midfielder, garnering all AEC first team, and Laura Filchner, the captain, garnering all AEC second team.
Yeah, freshman forward Hallie Crosby started 15 of the 17 games for the Griffins, totaling 3 points with a set of assists. Congratulations to her. She also recorded 31 shots, and 10 of them being on goal. So Laura Filchner, first-time team captain. Congratulations to her as well for getting all AAC second team, as she was a major contributor for the Griffins offensively, even though she is labeled as a defender on the stats sheet. She finished with 11 points, 5 goals, and assists, and she also had 14 shots as well. And she, of course, was named to the AAC Field Hockey League Honor Roll on October 2nd. So congratulations to those 2 players. Hallie Crosby, future is bright for you here at Gwinnett Mercy University.
All right, Chris, for the upcoming games this week, Friday, November 10th, your men's basketball team travels up to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Chatham University for the Chatham University Tip-Off Classic against the University of Mount Union. Your women's basketball team takes on Penn State Berks in the Gwinnett Mercy Tip-Off Tournament. That game will be at 6 o'clock at the Griffin Complex. For Saturday, November 11th, your cross-country teams are going to travel out to Glassboro, New Jersey for the NCAA Division III Metro Regional Meet. Your men's team will begin at 11 a.m., and your women's team will begin at 12 p.m. Your basketball teams are also going to be playing their second game of their respective tournaments. Men's basketball taking on Carlow University at 12 p.m., and your women's team taking on Penn State Abington at 2 p.m.
All right, Griffs, our final segment on the Griffin's Nest, as we do every week, house cleaning. And this time we're going to be talking about Manny Clark. He was featured in an article of cityofbasketballlove.com. If you're interested in reading about what he had to say in that article, make sure to go to the article that is linked in the story at the athletics page and give it a read.
All right, as always, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us in the Griffin's Nest. We look forward to future episodes and victories, and if there are any topics that interest you or you are interested in being on the Griffin's Nest, please contact Athletic Communications